This is Ling Chi, brush painting for beginners from Oriental Art Supply. Today, we're going to debut the new paper we call it Buddhist Yellow Xuan Paper. It's a very exciting paper. We're going to have a series of subjects to do in the near future. The first one we're going to do is we're cutting the paper into 4x6 card size, and then we'll glue it on this cardstock and then make into a card. So I will go through the whole process with you, and the paper, as I said, that we are using Buddhist Yellow Xuan Paper, and the brush I'm using is the full Lotus and a small happy dot or similar line brush you have. So this is the two brush I'm going to use. I also like to use the large double happiness, has a better tip than the full Lotus, but anyhow, you want a full body combination brush. And then the color I'm using is Sakura white as the base, bleed-proof white as the accent, and best bottle ink a little bit in the dish. And then you can have a dark vermilion or red as the center. This sample painting, you can see that it's very interesting. The base, I use the ink, but then because of the background, the ink actually becomes a little bit on the green side. And then the vermilion in the center with the ink dot. And then all the petal is Sakura white with bleed-proof white. So without too much delay, I'm going to use my full Lotus brush and clean it up. This dish is my Sakura white, and this is my bleed-proof white as accent. So I'm loading the Sakura white. First, doing the center of the flower. This is, again, white peony on loaded Buddhist yellow paper, and if you only use the Sakura white, you can see that it's, when it dries, fade away a little bit. So I'm going to accent it with bleed-proof white to show up more on the top of what my petals are. And then so this dish is my bleed-proof white. As I'm going, I'm accented with the bleed-proof white. So you need both, because if you just use bleed-proof, it will be too flat. doesn't have the variation. But if you just use the Sakura white, it won't have the dimension. The Sakura white will give you a good variation, but the bleed white make a stroke pop out. So here is just the Sakura white alone, and then I will use the bleed proof white to accent it. So then I'm using Happy Dot dry brush. This Vermilion. And then I will accent it with some ink. And then on the bottom, I'm using lighter ink to pop up the center. So then I finish my flower. So like this, I accented with the ink earlier, and then I'm going to do the center. I use the ink first. So you can see the ink gift is a very interesting accent. So later on, we'll do another subject with ink only. You can see how exciting the ink work on these papers. So now I have a dry piece that I did earlier before. So I show you how I do the card. So I use the office glue stick supply. And I glue it, I apply it all over the painting. So right now you can see it's purple, but when it's dry, it's clear. Then you center this paper in the middle of your cardstock. So then you use your hand, clean hand, smash it, smooth it over. And then after you do that, and put into a hardbind book or anything with weight on the top, so it'll dry flat. So here we finished. This is without the color, and before we apply it, this is cupped.